Did you know that Alexander Graham Bell's telephone patent, the one that established Bell as the inventor of the telephone, the one that made the Bell Telephone Company possible, the one that changed human communication forever, was drawn by a black man? Did you know that Thomas Edison's light bulb, the one we all celebrate, the one that lit up the world, the one that supposedly proved Edison's genius, only became practical because a black man solved the problem that Edison couldn't? Did you know that same black man wrote the first textbook on electric lighting, supervised the installation of public electric lights in New York City, Philadelphia, Montreal, and London, and became the only black founding member of the Edison Pioneers, the most exclusive engineering society in American history? Follow Michelle Duffy TV. Like and subscribe, because the history of the light bulb, the telephone, and the electrification of the modern world has a black man at its center, and history has been hiding him in plain sight. Lewis Howard Latimer was born on September 4, 1848, in Chelsea, Massachusetts. His parents, George and Rebecca Latimer, were formerly enslaved individuals who had escaped to freedom from Virginia. Captured in Boston and brought to trial as a fugitive, George Latimer was defended by abolitionists Frederick Douglass and William Lloyd Garrison. He was eventually able to purchase his freedom with the help of a local minister and began raising a family in Chelsea. Frederick Douglass himself defended Lewis Latimer's father. Think about the world this child was born into, a world where his father's freedom had to be purchased, where the ground beneath a black family's feet was never fully secure. Lewis Latimer grew up in that household. He absorbed that reality, and he decided to build something that couldn't be taken away. He enlisted in the U.S. Navy during the Civil War at 16. When he came home, he had no formal engineering education, no institutional connections, no wealthy family. He got a job as an office boy at a patent law firm in Boston. He watched the draftsman work. He bought books on mechanical drawing. He practiced at night. He taught himself until his drawings were better than anyone else in the office. Then he asked for a promotion. They gave it to him. 1876, Boston. One of the most consequential races in the history of technology. Alexander Graham Bell was in a desperate sprint to file a patent for his telephone design before his rivals could file theirs. The patent office would award the invention to whoever filed first, and Bell's team was running out of time. By working with him late at night, Latimer was able to provide Bell with the blueprints and expertise in submitting applications that allowed him to file his telephone patent on February 14, 1876, just a few hours earlier than that of a rival inventor. They had won the race. A few hours. The entire history of the Bell Telephone Company, which became one of the most valuable corporations in American history, turned on a filing that happened hours before the competition. Those drawings were Lewis Howard Latimer's work. The telephone as a legal reality exists because a self-taught black draftsman worked through the night to get the blueprints right. Bell got the patent. Bell got the fame. Bell got the fortune. Latimer moved on to the next problem. 1879. Thomas Edison patents the incandescent light bulb. The world celebrates. The age of electric light has arrived. Except, there's a problem that the celebration doesn't mention. Edison's light bulb burned out fast. The filament was fragile, inconsistent, and expensive to replace. The practical dream of electric lighting for homes and cities was still years away because nobody could make a light bulb that lasted. In the 1880s, Latimer shifted his focus to electrical engineering, working with Hiram Maxim at the U.S. Electric Lighting Company. He developed a method for producing carbon filaments, significantly improving the efficiency and lifespan of electric light bulbs. Latimer devised a way of encasing the filament within a cardboard envelope. This prevented the carbon from breaking, prolonging the life of the bulb. The new long-life bulb was more economical and more energy efficient than previous bulbs. Latimer and his colleague Joseph Nichols invented a light bulb which used a carbon filament, patented in 1881. His most important invention, the process for manufacturing carbons, was patented in 1882. Edison invented a concept. Latimer made it work. The light bulb that electrified the world, the one that eventually lit up homes, streets, factories, and cities across the planet, is practical because Lewis Latimer figured out how to make the filament last. With the light bulb problem solved, Latimer was positioned at the absolute center of one of the most transformative technological movements in human history, the electrification of modern cities. In 1884, he went to work for Thomas Edison at the Edison Electric Light Company in New York as an engineer and legal member, helping him in the patent filing process. Latimer supervised the installation of public electric lights throughout New York, Philadelphia, Montreal, and London. Let's absorb that. A black man, born to parents who escaped slavery with no formal engineering education, who taught himself mechanical drawing from library books, supervised the installation of electric lighting in 4 of the most important cities in the world. He wasn't watching from the sidelines. He was the project lead. When those streets lit up, when citizens of New York and London looked up and saw electric light for the first time. That transformation happened because Lewis Howard Latimer organized it. Edison encouraged Latimer to write the book, Incandescent Electric Lighting, a practical description of the Edison system. Published in 1890, it was extremely popular as it explained how an incandescent lamp produces light. He wrote the textbook, the first textbook on electric lighting ever published. In 1918, Latimer became a founding and only black member of the Edison Pioneers, the most elite group of inventors and engineers in American history, men who had literally built the electrical infrastructure of the modern world. 28 founding members, the giants of their field. The Edison Pioneers' own historian wrote, "Lewis Howard Latimer was of the colored race, the only one in our organization, and was one of those to respond to the initial call that led to the formation of the Edison Pioneers." The only one, acknowledged by their own historian. And still, his name doesn't appear in the story they tell schoolchildren about who invented the light bulb. Lewis Howard Latimer died on December 11, 1928, at the age of 80 in Flushing, Queens, New York. He lived to see the cities he had electrified become monuments to a technology he had made possible. He lived to see Edison receive every honor and credit for a light bulb that Latimer had made practical. He kept his dignity. He kept his craft. He kept his pen. And here's why this story matters. Every time you flip a light switch, the technology in that moment traces back to Lewis Howard Latimer's carbon filament patent. Every time you pick up a phone, the legal framework for that patent traces back to Lewis Latimer's drawings, completed in one night, filed hours before arrival. Every time you walk down a street lit by electric light in New York, Philadelphia, or London, that infrastructure was organized and installed under Lewis Howard Latimer's supervision. And yet if you ask most Americans who invented the light bulb, they say, Edison. History chose the story it wanted to tell. It chose the white man's name for the invention. It chose the white man's face for the credit. And it quietly filed Lewis Howard Latimer in a footnote, the man who drew the telephone and made the light bulb last, as a supporting character in someone else's story. Follow us for more hidden Black history on Michelle Duffy TV. Like and subscribe because these stories deserve to be told. Please comment. Did you know Lewis Howard Latimer's name before today? Drop it below. And let's make sure the comment section has his name in it more than Edison's. We don't glorify injustice. We reveal truth, so history can't repeat itself.